For our mystery house, we've travelled a little bit further west to the ancient market town of Thornbury. We're not in the Cotswolds anymore, but to get Andrew a big project, we had to go further afield. And we think we found it in the sleepy village of Rockhampton. The mystery property dates back to the 18th century and comes complete with a variety of outbuildings, all of which need work and the right permissions to convert into holiday lets. We think this home might steal Andrew's heart, but can Brenda put her needs aside?
Oh, she says.
Looks promising.
Yeah. Well, this is it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I do like the arrangements.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to bring it on.
Lot of building.
Yeah, this is a nice little complex.
Potential for quite a few holiday lets here. What you've got here, this was the old coach house, 18th century, to the rectory next door.
Right. Yeah.
And it's been redeveloped about 25 years ago.
Right. So there's modernisation in.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely a job for you.
Right.
Let's go and have a look.
Okay.
As expected, we've definitely piqued Andrew's interest with this property. But let's see if he and Brenda take to the features and the space inside. Come on in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Big space.
It is a big space. That would make a very nice kitchen.
Yeah. No, I like this space. This is good. You could do something with this.
You could. Well, you could.
Yeah.
We'd have to do things with it in.
Yeah.
Bring it up to scratch.
But
it has got the space.
The basic shape and size is here, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Excellent.
good.
Let's get through to the living room.
Okay.
Could it be that Brenda might just be okay with the project after all? Let's see what they both think of our next room. So.
My goodness, right.
Wow. Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, this is very interesting.
Wouldn't expect that in here, would you?
No.
No.
Big space.
It is
Yes.
huge.
Yeah.
Nice vaulted ceiling.
Nice feature.
Loads of room for a dining room table,
Yeah.
whether
Yes.
you keep it all as a huge living room.
Or break into two, maybe.
Could be made into a beautiful room, I think, couldn't it?
Could be. Yeah.
Stunning.
Again, there's scope for doing things in here, which is totally unexpected from the outside, and I wouldn't have said this was in here.
No.
Who's doing the dusting up there?
Well, I've got a stepladder for you.
With Brenda already planning to get the cleaners in, that must be a good sign. As well as a mezzanine bedroom which sits above the living space downstairs and comes with its own ensuite, there are 2 more bedrooms on the first floor, which is where we're heading now. There's a bright single which sits next to the Sunny family bathroom. Then there's the bedroom which Brenda and Andrew could be calling their own. Good sized room this.
Gosh, that's a master bedroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely size.
Nice beams.
Beams are very
You just
nice,
about
yeah.
clear them, I think.
It's just about, yes.
Just about.
This is a nice room.
Yeah.
The beams are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
Could you imagine it as your master bedroom though?
With a little work.
A fair bit of work.
The character features are helping this house feel more like a home to Brenda, but will she be happy to live in what will essentially be a project? While there's some work to be done in the house, the biggest part of the renovation would need to be done in the 1.5 acres of grounds. These hold a variety of outbuildings. As well as the stables and a spacious garage area, there are 3 storage sheds along with a good-sized workshop, so plenty for Andrew to get his teeth into. So let me bring you to this little courtyard. I'm thinking this would probably be the obvious holiday let, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still a big job.
Yeah, I look inside it, but on the outside looks reasonably sound.
But it's potential.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's got,
definitely got
well, the whole
potential.
place has got a lot of potential,
Yeah.
hasn't it? And you've got a canvas here to
Yeah.
do whatever you want, really, haven't you?
Absolutely.
You'll have, Andrew.
I have got a canvas. Is that authority to proceed, is it?
Well, we'll see.
Bring in the cement mixer right now, please. Before Andrew gets cracking, there's just one thing extra I'd like to show them in these beautiful grounds. As well as a paddock and a vegetable plot with loads of room for the chickens, there's a secluded outdoor swimming pool, which could prove a great asset for a holiday rental business.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey,
I think this is beautiful.
Yes.
nice bonus this is.
What a lovely little enclosed area.
A walled pool.
Yes. Yeah, fantastic.
So it is a project.
It is.
It's a huge project.
It is a huge project because it's not just, the outbuildings.
No,
it's the house as well.
Yeah.
Yep. All needs refurbishing.
Yeah.
Are you up to it?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind a challenge.
It would be
It is-
dependent on the price,
Yeah,
wouldn't it? Because you're going to have to
absolutely.
spend a fair amount of money
Yeah,
on
I
this.
I think looking at all this, looking at the house, looking at the lets, you know, it's all starting to ramp up in terms of money.
So, let's talk money.
Right.
What do you reckon it's on the market for?
I mean, you'd hope it would only be 600, 625, something like that, I think.
Okay.
I think it's probably about 650 as a educated guess. I think it's £100,000 to spend now. Looking at this.
Is that what you're hoping?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, yeah. To make it work for us, it would have to be that sort of figure, I think.
Go on, spoil it all.
It's currently on the market, just dropped actually. £645,000.
Right.
Gives you £105,000 to play around with.
Yeah.
I was pretty close.
You were?
You were?
Very, very close.
650.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done. You get to work on the project.
You get to do all the work
You get
yourself.
the prize.
Yes, exactly. Whether you want to or not, I'm not quite sure. I think you should go back in.
Have a look around.
Formulate a plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a quick dip, and I'll see you in the courtyard.
Okay,
right.
lovely.
Let's see a bit.
On the market at £645,000, this property is a huge £105,000 under budget and provides a large construction project for Andrew. It also has a lovely spacious living area, a kitchen diner, 3 bedrooms, over 1.5 acres of grounds with a swimming pool, and a selection of outbuildings for conversion to holiday lets with the proper permissions, of course.
From the outside, I thought this property was the best of the 3 properties that we've seen to date, and I like the way that the building was set out. I like the style of the property, I like the courtyard. I actually like a challenge and a project, so I'm more excited by this than perhaps Brenda will be.
From the outside, it looks a nice house, a nice brickwork. Kitchen and living room areas are massive, and they could be made into beautiful rooms. I'm just not sure that I'm ready for a project like that again at this stage of my life.
You know, this is a great plot, terrific potential, especially for a rental property with that pool, so private. Whether it's too much work for Andrew and Brenda, we'll find out now. So guys, what do you reckon?
There's a lot of potential, but there's an awful lot of work to be done in there, and I'm not sure I'm up for that, but you seem to be a lot keener than I am.
Yes,
I am right, he's been working on you.
He has.
Well, listen, don't go any further. We've shown you 3 very different properties.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about, so let's go and find somewhere and do just that.
Yeah,
Lovely.
good idea.
The Cotswolds were once heavily occupied by wealthy Romans, and many of their unearthed villas are now popular visitor attractions. Evidence of Roman dwellings is being revealed every day in places like Great Whitcomb, Chedworth, and at least 30 other sites. It's the Chedworth Roman villa, dating from the 2nd to the 5th century, that is the most intricate and complex. Much of this villa is still being uncovered under the guidance of the National Trust. I've come to meet archaeologist Guy Salkeld to find out what life was like all those centuries ago.
So, what a place, eh? Is it kind of normal having a Roman villa just outside Cirencester?
It is in this part of the country,
Really?
yes. I mean, yeah, we're in villa country. Think of it more as a country estate.
So who actually lived here?
We don't know for sure, but probably a very high status native British member of the aristocracy. And clearly they would have been embracing Roman culture. So they lived in Roman buildings or Roman style buildings with the mosaics, the bathhouse, and it would be somewhere where they would entertain important guests.
In Roman times, the bathhouse wasn't just somewhere for a quick wash and brush up. It was an important social hub for entertaining guests or even conducting business. It wasn't unusual to have poetry recitals, singing competitions, and even libraries here, where people could spend hours on end.
Well, you said bath. I thought, normal bath. This is pretty impressive, isn't it?
These are Roman bath salad. And very handily, the walls are a bit lower so we can see the whole thing. In Roman times, these would have been solid walls.
Okay.
But we still get the same feeling of going into the gymnasium there or the changing room.
Right.
Then you would have walked through this area where you're standing is the tepidarium, so the warm area. So you would have gradually got warmer. The slaves would have covered you in oil.
Right.
And you come through this well-worn step into the hot room here,
Right.
where there'd be slaves pouring water onto the charcoals and really getting a steam up, and it'd be very, very hot in there.
So how did the water come in here?
Well, one of the things about Chedworth is that there's a spring just on the other side of that wall there. It would have been important for religious purposes, but it also served a very practical purpose too.
Right.
And in fact, the drains still work, which is why the villa doesn't flood. Yeah.
Naturally, being a Roman villa, this place is covered in wonderful mosaics, most of which were locally produced at the workshops that existed in Cirencester at the time. They form one of the largest collections still in their original position and layout in Britain. Guy is showing me one of the most recently excavated sites.
When we put the new building in, which sits on the line of the original Roman foundations, we put this suspended floor in so people can enjoy it without walking on it.
Right.
And during the construction process, we excavated this end of the corridor here, so we'll come back in the future to do this bit that we're standing on now.
Oh, so the mosaic is underneath us?
All the way along.
Really?
It's
Wow.
one of the most stunning features of the Roman world when we've got it finished. 30 to 40 metres of mosaic, as long as it keeps on going. We don't know it does.
Right.
But it should be fantastic when it's done.
The site of this villa was first uncovered in 1864 by James Farrar MP, guardian to the young Lord Eldon, who owned the estate. Nearly 150 years later, his work at this intriguing site is nearing completion and will hopefully remain on view for many hundreds of years to come.
You know what, I can definitely see myself living in a Roman luxury here in the Cotswolds, but have we found Andrew and Brenda their new home? Let's find out. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like we've seen quite a bit of the Cotswolds and a bit of Gloucestershire as well.
Yes.
That view in Property One, though, couldn't beat it, really.
No, you couldn't. That was spectacular views, and the whole town was beautiful, yes. Just what we were looking for, actually, wasn't it?
It was a perfect start for us.
Yeah.
The house itself, I thought, wasn't...
I didn't like the
wasn't
fact
quite
it was
right.
semi-detached, did you?
That's part of the problem. I like the idea that there's actually some accommodation at the back of the house, which we could do something with. So that was a good thing.
It had lots of nice things, but it just didn't hit all the buttons, I don't think.
Well, let's move on to the second house then. Again, that's what a beautiful house.
It was a beautiful house.
It was finished very, very well. Yeah, lots of nice features. It's finished, really.
The hallway and the lounge were lovely, weren't
yeah,
they? And that beautiful stone fireplace.
Yeah, lovely garden, lots of space. But in terms of a project, there's no project for me.
I think as much as anything, we want something that's going to produce an income for us in retirement.
Yeah.
And that didn't have any possibility for that.
No, it didn't.
Because in that small little village, there was no possibility of ever building anything on the land.
That was the other slight drawback from our perspective, was the location in a nice little hamlet, but not really very much going on inside there, really.
Not a community to get involved in as you could have in Winchcombe.
And what about the mystery property then? We took you away from the Cotswolds.
Yes.
And it was a project for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is my favourite house, to be fair. The outside, the layout. I like the opportunity with the buildings outside to do some work in terms of holiday lets and the swimming pool. So for me, it was a really nice property, which had a lot of opportunity to do things with.
You'd be living there on your own though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, big project. Yeah, I would be on my own.
He would. I think 20 years ago I may have considered it, but I don't think I want to now.
Are you going to pursue the mystery property further?
I'd like to, but I think Brenda doesn't want to, so I think the discussion will take place and I'll probably lose out.
Anyway, on that note, anyway, good luck with the house, and it's been lovely meeting you, and I hope that you arrive here in the Cotswolds very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So have we found Andrew and Brenda their dream house? Well, I don't think so. They liked aspects of all three of the properties that we showed them. I think their dream home would have the view of the first, the interior of the second, and maybe the challenge of the third. But will they find that here in the Cotswolds? I don't know, but I wish them well in their search. And I'll see you next time on Escape to the Country. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.
Frank Skinner invites Jason Manford, Paloma Faith and Deborah Meaden to get stuff off their collective chests and into room 101 tonight at 8:30. But next on BBC One, the usual suspects are in the frame to play Perfection.